Hey, what's going on everybody? I'm Robert Arrington. This is Deer Meat for Dinner. And I'm talking a little quiet because my 15-month-old daughter is asleep in that room right there. But I'm getting ready to go to the Keys right now, getting all my gear ready. I've got so many emails and messages and comments lately about, I want to go lobstering, what do I need to do? And this video is going to show you exactly what you need to do. First and foremost, you need to have a mask, okay? Your mask needs to have black silicone on the outside. It needs to be black. A lot of people would argue with me about that, but the reason is you have to look in the hole. The lobsters a lot of times will be up in the holes, back in these crevices, and if your mask is clear or white, light will get in the side of it and it'll make like a mirror on the front of the lens and you can barely see. Now, it's a personal preference, but I personally strongly suggest a black mask, okay? Then you gotta have a good snorkel. If you're going down to the Keys, make sure your snorkel is in good shape. Make sure the purge on the bottom is working, and make sure all your gear with your mask is in good shape. And I'm just doing this like on a whim. I have no notes. I'm just telling you things that I think of. With my mustache, if I have scruff on my upper lip or over here on the side of my face, it'll cause my mask to leak. So I always make sure I shave real well before I go. It gives your mask a nice clean fit. If you're looking at a mask and you want to make sure it fits, this is the best way to do it. Put it on your face, lean back, don't touch it, and it creates a seal. Anyone can put a mask on their face and it seals, but what you want is it just to lay there. That means this mask fits perfectly and I'm very happy about it. Next are your fins. If you're new to this, and typically if you're watching a video on how to catch lobsters, you're probably somewhat new to it. You don't need giant, long freediving blades, because what you want to be is you want to be maneuverable. And I've been wearing long fins my whole life, so I do wear them most of the time. But this year, I'm just going to wear normal short fins. Most of the freediving is in relatively shallow water. Or you're diving in deeper water with a tank on, and then these fins are better anyways. So nice fins that fit you. I have a bad foot. See that thing? Terrible. If I don't wear a bootie, I get horrendous blisters, and then the blisters take forever to heal. That's not good, so you might want to wear a bootie. I only wear one. I wear one on my left foot. So that's your fins. I'm telling y'all right now, this is no joke. These gloves, I don't even know the name of them. See them? They're green. See those fins right there? I got them at Neptonic Systems. There will be a link in the description below. Those are the best gloves I've ever worn in my whole life. My friend Josh Gregory owns the company and turned me on to them. They are worth it. Okay, so good gloves. You gotta have gloves, otherwise your hands are gonna look like hamburger when you're done. Little anti-fog. I personally just spit in my mask, but a little anti-fog will help you out, because if your mask is foggy, you can't see anything. You just get frustrated. And then a lobster hotel with a good gauge. I highly suggest a metal gauge, because plastic ones get bent, they get torn, you might not get an accurate reading. That could cause you problems. You might be turning loose lobster that are actually legal, or you could be keeping lobster thinking they're legal, but they're actually illegal. So you gotta have a good gauge. And then this bag's wonderful, because all you do, once you know they're legal, stuff them right in the top. They go down. Once you've got your lobster, you can hand them to the boat, and the boat can unzip the bottom. All your lobsters go out. Boat drivers and people in the boat, make sure you double checking your lobsters, because you just want to cover all your bases and not get a ticket. When I am free diving, I always have a weight belt, because if you don't have a weight belt, you're wanting to float up and you can't get down real easy and work on your lobsters. So that's your gear, and I'm only talking about free diving right now. There's a whole world of tank diving out there, tank diving for lobsters, and the only difference is with tank diving, you've got tanks on your back, or if you're using a hookah rig, you've got an air hose going down to you. So I'm gonna leave that out and just talk about this, thinking everyone's holding their breath. If you're using a tank or a hookah, you're breathing, doing the same thing. Make sure you have enough weight to stay down on the bottom. Make sure your mask fits and is defogged. Make sure you have a good pair of gloves, booties, fins that fit you and aren't all broken or cracked up, very important, a bag with a gauge, defogger. Now, you also have got to have a dive flag, a diver's down flag. If you're tank diving, if you have a hookah, if you're free diving, you have got to have a dive flag. It's a great idea to carry a float with a diver's flag on it. That gives the boat that you're associated with, instantly they can look and say, there they are right there, or there they are right there. It's so important because during mini season, which is what happens on Wednesday, there's going to be boats everywhere, people running around. Typically those people aren't going to be very, very familiar with where they are, and they have no idea where you are. So it's up to you to let everyone know, hey, I'm in the water, I'm right here. Because if they hit you with their boat, I'm telling you, it ends ugly. Now let's get down to lobsters, how you find them. There's big reefs and there's big holes and giant areas marked on maps that everyone knows about. And lobsters don't really live in those areas. They do, but not like they do in small little crevices, little holes. So what I look for little cuts in the rock. You want to have a lot of grass in the area. You want to have life. You want to be able to see fish swimming around, little mangrove snappers, little reef fish, and you're looking at these little cracks in the bottom. Or maybe a little, I call them camo rocks, a little coral head with like camouflage moss on top with a little opening, a little ledge, a little crack underneath of it. You get down there, put your face up there. Sometimes there's going to be so many lobsters that there's just antennas everywhere. Sometimes you have to look underneath and man, there they are. Once you find them, then take a tickle stick. Some people like big tickle sticks, some people like short tickle sticks. I like about a medium-sized tickle stick that's made out of like aluminum and a net. And all you're doing is think of you're hurting the lobster. Sometimes you have to tap, 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 tap him a little harder, tap, 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 tap. Once you get him coming out, get that net sort of casually behind him and run him right up into the net. Once he goes into the net, cover the side of the net and grab your lobster while he's still in the net. Go to the surface, or if you're on the bottom breathing, I always just measure him right while they're in the net. Make sure he's measured, he's legal. If he's legal, he goes in the bag. If he's short, I let him go. You can also use your hand. Make sure, sometimes the lobster won't tickle. So I just get my hand in there and try to grab them right by the two heavy, we call them the horns, right by the base of the antenna. Get them by that, pull them out, measure them, do the same thing. But it's all about having a good time. Get out there and look for small areas. On Wednesday, opening day of mini season, there's gonna be lobsters everywhere. All the big holes are gonna have lobsters in them. You should be able to limit out pretty easy. But on Thursday, day 2, you're looking for little holes, tiny spots where you're just finding one here, two there. You might get lucky and find a rock full of them, but you're looking for onesies and twosies. Make a drift, get whoever's in your party, get 15, 20 feet apart and just drift with the current across grass beds and little small rocky areas, and you're gonna be amazed at what you find. Don't swim real fast, swim real slow. just cruising along. Look for a little fish like a mangrove snapper or a little angelfish or a parrotfish. Go down and sort of swim at them, and they'll swim, and they'll a lot of times take you to the rock. Once you get to the rock, I normally have a float, like a jug with a line to a weight or a little grapple. Drop it right there. Now everyone knows where the lobsters are. Come around, sort of team up on them, catch them, and move on. It's just so much fun because they're so fun to catch and they're so fun to cook and eat. I typically, once I come back, we have all our lobsters, throw them into an ice slurry, slows them down, and I take a knife, cut around the outside edge, wring their tail. Some people boil the heads down and make a stock, which that's what I'm going to do this year. Others just keep the tail. And at the end of it, you have all this wonderful, wonderful seafood that you can enjoy with your friends, enjoy with your family, create memories of a lifetime. But all I can tell you is get out there, look for those camo rocks, little cracks, little ledges, little holes. Find your lobsters, and hey, loose lips sink ships. So when you find a good rock, mark it, save it, and don't tell the world about it. Because if you tell everyone, they're gonna beat you there to it and catch your lobsters. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope all of you guys get out there and smash them. This Wednesday, me and the whole crew, everyone, we're gonna be at Boondocks on Ramrod Key in the Florida Keys. We're gonna have a big buffet, awesome get together. It starts at 5:30, it lasts until 8:30, and I hope to see every one of you guys there. I love you so very much. This is our channel. If it's your first time watching, please subscribe. But until next time, we gone.